What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Queen Boss Lady, and I'm back with a spiritual message or a spiritual question for anyone who is up for the challenge to answer these questions that I have or to just discuss what I want to discuss right now. So come on in, let's talk about it. So I want to talk about spiritual soul ties. Okay? So I want to tell you what I think and my experiences, and I want you guys to feel free in the comment section to enlighten me, correct me, um, whatever you feel is necessary to help me get a better understanding of what I'm feeling as far as where I'm at. No, Mike, don't go dead. As far as where I'm at on my journey. So, this is where I'm at in my journey. I don't understand why God will say that in order for you to have intimacy, I want to keep this as clean as possible because I also want young people to come across this message that may be thinking the same thing, may be curious, and I want to help them have a better understanding as well. Now, this is what I don't understand. I don't know everything. I can teach people the things that I do know, and what I don't know, I'm willing to be taught. I don't understand why God will say, um, you have to have a piece of paper to have intercourse with someone. And I have asked God this, and the answer that I got at the time was, you need that piece of paper to navigate your way through life. And okay, so let me re-say that. He said that it's pages in the Bible that you need to navigate your way through life, isn't it? And so I'm like, yeah, but I'm still not totally understanding like why he would have you you have to have like a piece of paper to have intercourse with someone. And if you don't have a piece of paper saying that you can have intercourse with this person, it's a sin. And that's where I'm at on my journey right now. I am looking into this. It's like I'm doing my research. I'm turning a little nerdy. I know that we are made in the images of animals, right? So these lions, these bears, these tigers, they do have sexual intercourse. Where have they been married at? Where is their piece of paper saying that they can lay with this female lion? It's a natural, I feel like it's a natural thing. I feel like with God, everything is common sense. Um, I haven't seen it. Maybe you have. Maybe I've just never came across it yet, but I've never seen two male dogs hump each other. I've never seen two male whales come together and mate. So I feel like in that department where, man feels like it's okay to be with man and woman feels like it's okay to be with woman, I feel like it's more of a common sense thing when it comes to God. Um, I am hearing right now that um, we need these papers because people are so wild. And so just like we need police officers to just help, move traffic along, or just to be on standby so that the crime rate goes down, it's like humans, men have, it's man-made. I have read in the Bible where it says, when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and he leaves his family. But I don't see where, and I mean, if you have read it, you can put the scripture down where you've read that it says in the Bible a man has to put it on documentation. It has to be put on paper that you two are married. I have not read that, but everything you read in a book is not going to be true. It's more like a way of helping people that easily can lose control. And I feel like that's what a marriage is. It's for people who, they cannot control themselves sexually. Now, I know a lot of people are finna go, oh, down the slide, but I'm telling you my experience. You may find married couples that can't control their sexual desires. You may find, but I have not ran across a married couple that was happy. I have not ran across a married couple that their husband can control their perversion that's on them, the need to still step out and be with another woman. I feel like marriage is a curse. I really do. I feel like the man, once they get you on this paper, it's like, I'm done with you. I finally got you. You're my prisoner. You're my cage. This is what I feel like. And just speaking from experience and just being in a relationship, how you no longer have your own mind. You no longer have your own way of thinking. You are totally in a contract. You have totally signed up to be, this person, this their other half, basically, for real, because it's like you're no longer able to be yourself. And I've experienced this in relationships. Like, you're no longer able to do what you used to do or say what you used to say. As much as it sounds like, a bunch of nonsense, it's true. It's like a relationship is more like you forget your identity and you become one with me, and now you just put down all the things that you like. And I can honestly say that, I have had the most fun by myself. I have had the best experiences by myself being single, to the point where it's when I get into a relationship, it's more like me adjusting, me wanting to let down those barriers where I'm like, okay, I can't just, do what I want to do anymore. Like, for instance, this last relationship that I got in, he went to his sister's house to take care of some business, and I was just around the house cleaning up, and this is just how I am. This is who I am. And I was like, you know what? I need to go to the beach. I want to put my feet in the water, and I want to do a prayer. And so I got into my vehicle and I went to the beach. I totally forgot that. And now I know how to speak to myself when I'm wrong. I totally forgot that I was in a relationship. I totally did not call this person and say, hey, I'm just going right here to the beach. I'll be right back in less than an hour. I totally forgot. So it's like his spider tingling senses, or his like antennas went up, like he knew that I was just moving or something. And he called me right when I got to the beach, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, fuck. I was like, I'm at the beach. I just wanted to, put my feet in the sand real quick and just, pray. And he got so mad. He was like, why the fuck would you go to the beach? Well, I think he said, why the hell? Why the hell would you go to the beach knowing that I have to work and blah, 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 blah. Now, mind you, this was like a Wednesday. My kids was at school, and it was like pretty much like 11 o'clock at 11 o'clock a.m. when I decided to do this. So he's like, why would you do that knowing that I have to work? And that's another thing that I feel like relationships are, or marriages are. It's just, they want you to be tied to their bullshit. And it's like, I'm not asking anyone to be tied to my bullshit. It's because my bullshit may be, and I'm not calling my kids bullshit. Hell no, my kids is angels. They can do wrong, okay? Because I know a lot of people feel like my kids is angel and they can't do nothing wrong. But I do come with children, but I am able to take care of my children, whether I have a partner or not, or whether I have a man or not. And I just feel like a lot of their bullshit that comes into the relationship is restraining, and they try to restrain you. Now, a lot of people can say, wait, hold up, sis, your kids can be restraining too, because what if that man just wants to, get up and go, and you have children? Well, I feel like I signed that contract to bring them into this world for them to have a human experience, and I'm responsible for them. So I feel like wherever my kids cannot go with me, I shouldn't be there. That's how I feel. I don't need to be there. Now, there has been times where I get a babysitter. I've paid for nannies when I do want to go out to like lounges, or a kickback, or I just want to go out to eat by myself, and that's different. Like, that's alone time. That's me time. That's time that all women need, especially mothers, back to this spiritual soul tie. I feel like, who is telling these animals that what they're doing is a sin? Who is telling these animals that, hey, you don't have your papers to be sleeping with Nyla? Who is telling these animals, from what I've seen, the movies and everything, these animals, they go to the same lion, they go to the same bird, they sleep with the same, lioness every night. I don't know if they switch their partners and have, cubs with different lions, or, gorillas have intercourse with different gorillas other than the one that they just impregnated. I don't know. You guys feel free to tell me, yes, they do that, or no, they don't. You nerds that are so like into animals and stuff like that. Like, I think it's cute. My daughter, she can name any animal. So, I just feel like me personally, I have met so many miserable married people. I have met so many disgusting married men. And it's not that, it's like a lot of you can say like, oh, the enemy is winning. He's making you think that marriage is a bad thing. No, it's not the enemy. Is ever since I was a little girl, I know what I have dreamed of. I know the dream that's in my heart, and I just never saw myself marrying a Prince Charming. I never saw myself I never saw myself being anyone's wife. And I just want to say this, like, I totally agree with unity. I am all for unity. I love to see families together, loving on each other, really standing by each other's side, whether they're married or not. I do. I hold that very dear to my heart. Like, I really love seeing couples together. I remember back in Texas, I had some neighbors, and I would pray for their relationship all the time. Like, I would pray that they stay together, they stay in unity, their children are able to wake up to mommy and daddy in the morning. Like, I love it. But what I don't understand is common sense, right? There are people that live in the woods, they live in, you know, villages. Or what about the people that was here before us, the Indians, you know, the tribes and things like that? Like, they do not live based off of marriage. They live off based, I feel like, common sense. Like, it's common sense. And this man has a lot of integrity not to be sexually intimate with everyone in the village. Now, I'm just speaking from what my common sense is picking up at this time. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he does sleep with every woman in the village. But from my research that I did, I have researched, and what I found was that there are like chiefs in the villages, right? And they will take 2 and 3 wives, and they will give these women babies, but everyone is on one accord. Everyone is on one understanding. And the reason why is because the women outnumber the men, you know. And that's not fair to, we gonna say Sarah, that's not fair to Sarah, that she wants to recreate life and reproduce and have a child, but there's no man for her to reproduce with. The chief and this person and that person, they've already married, they've already taken a bride. So I understand, like, those villages, how they live, they have more than one wife. But then again, like I say, everybody's on one accord. Sarah knows about Michelle knows about Kim, and they all raise their children together. They all come together and raise these children. They all understand that they need this man to father their children and nourish their children and lead their children and guide their children. And that's one thing that I'm going to speak on my race. Now, I love all races. I do, and I don't want to make this a race thing. I'm making this a spiritual tie thing. That's one thing that the black race, they cannot do. They can get this one, they can get Kim pregnant now, they can get Stephanie pregnant, they can get Aisha pregnant, and they cannot bring their children together for unity. They got this one fighting on this one, and then they always have a hidden secret child, and they will reveal this secret child as soon as you decide that you're going to leave them and you're going to move on and you're going to be strong and you're going to take care of everything by yourself. They pop out of nowhere with a whole woman, with a whole 3-year-old, and, you know, as to hurt you. Nobody's on one accord. A lot of children, they don't know their sisters, they don't know their brothers, they don't know. And that's how these soul ties are really created. I think it's common sense that we should all know, hey, we only need to be sleeping with one person at a time. But God gave us this thing called free will. So with free will, it's like we're able to do what we want, but God also gave us common sense. And a lot of people, especially men, they turn their common sense off, and they're just like, I'm a kid in a candy store. I can have what I want. I can do what I want. I can have as many women jump up and down on me as I want, but they don't understand they are creating soul ties. They don't understand that they are giving their power away. And that's where I'm at on that. If I say, I'm going to get on here every day at 1 o'clock and speak to you guys, and and I don't get on here tomorrow at 1 o'clock and speak to you guys, that means I lied. That means I tried to, and you guys agree. And you guys are like, yes, Queen, we want you to get on here every day at 1 o'clock and speak with us. And I don't. That means I lied. That means I came into an agreement with you guys, and then I broke that agreement. That means I'm a liar. That's what that means. And this is what soul ties is. When a man and a woman come together and they say, listen, I only want to sleep with you. And this person says, I only want to sleep with you. I'm only going to sleep with you. They have made a spiritual contract. Words are power. Words are very powerful, and you can create a spiritual contract or just a contract itself when you come in a relationship with someone. That is a contract. You are vowing that you are going to protect this person's heart. You are going to protect their soul. You are going to protect their spirit by not laying down with anyone else. Because what these women and these men don't know is when you step out and you do lay with someone else. Now, this is how sneaky and conniving these women and men are. They will say you and this person has been together for a year now, and y'all are doing intimacy with no protection on. They will still step out of the relationship and tell the person that they're tricking on you with, hey, I can't use a rubber with you because my partner will smell the rubber, so then they'll have unprotected sex with that person, not knowing that person done slept with 10 other people, and you getting it easy. So what makes you think she not gonna give it up easy? And then your partner comes and sleep with you, and now you're mad, you're irritated, you're aggravated, your soul is bothered, because that's an indication. That is your spirit letting you know that your partner is stepping out on you. Another way that you can tell that your partner is being intimate with someone else is if you go from your confidence, when it's time for y'all to go exchange intimacy, like you are so confident, you are so, it's just flowing, you'll get shy, you'll get, nervous. And that's an indication that your partner is cheating on you, that they are stepping out on you. That's why you're shy now, because you feel like someone else is seeing you naked, or someone else is feeling your energy. You all of a sudden, you get shy, you get nervous, you get timid, you want to do it with the covers on now. You want to, it's because your partner is cheating on you. Another way that you will know that your partner is cheating on you is because you will not even be sexually attracted to them at all. Like, you will not want to be intimate with them at all. They just like turn you off immediately as soon as they walk through the door, or you just don't look at them sexual anymore. You don't get a sexual drive. They just don't do it in that area for you anymore. It's just like you're completely turned off, and it's because your partner is cheating. Your partner is stepping out and being with someone else, and that's your spirit just cutting it off like a light switch to protect you from these energies that your partner has accumulated. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like that is a marriage. When you say, I'm not gonna sleep with anyone but you, and this person says, I'm gonna just be faithful to you, and you both agree on that, and then you step out or she steps out. I just feel like that is where soul ties come in at. Another way to know that your partner is not cheating on you and not creating any soul ties, you will notice that when you have intimacy with your partner. Now, a lot of people may feel like, I am not qualified to speak on this because I'm not married. I've never been married, and that's okay too. It's okay with me. I may not be qualified to speak on what I'm speaking, but it's in my spirit. I feel it. So I'm speaking up on it. But you will notice that the intimacy is just it's so intense. Like, it's so much passion and compassion within the two. And when you guys have intercourse, you're literally exchanging energy. And when your man's energy is pure and he is just all about you and he's being faithful, you will feel that in your spirit when you guys are connecting. He will also feel that. Another way is, after you guys are done, if you knock your partner's socks off, let's just be real, and he just kick back and fall asleep. That's what his spirit needs. That's what his body needs. That's what his soul needs. His soul needs to rest. You can put your partner in a heavy sedation. I don't want to say it's not a sleep. It's not a sleep paralysis. It's a heavy sedation that falls on your partner. This man may work too hard. He may work 2 jobs. He's taking care of the family. He's a provider. He's tired. His spirit needs rest. His soul needs rest. So you will put this man in a heavy sedation where he is asleep. He's probably dreaming. He's picking stars out of the sky. He's jumping over the moon. Like, he's in another dimension that he needs to be in. And you may get you and he may have given you the boost of energy that you needed. Now, women, let's just be real, because we've all had at one point someone be faithful to us, and you can tell, like, say for instance, like, your energy is kind of low, but you do the laundry, you cook, you clean. This man can give you he can do it so good, and it's so pure and it's so real, because he is not cheating on you. He will give you that energy that you need. And while you done put him to sleep, he done gave you a boost of energy that you need. And now you notice you up, you gonna cook, you gonna clean, you gonna do the dishes, you gonna do the laundry, and you gonna fold it. Hell, you might even cut the grass, and that's not because you want to. It's just because you have the energy to do so. You get what I'm saying? And that's what happened when energy is exchanged fairly. And then he'll wake up well rested, well rejuvenated. He will start to look younger. He will start to feel younger. You will even start to look younger. You will even start to feel younger. That's when energy is just exchanged between the two. Now, you will notice that this person is creating soul ties when you keep having sex with this person, but you looking older and older. You feeling older and older. You feeling raggedy. You're looking raggedy. You just, after, another way to tell if this person is stealing energy from you just to go give it to someone else, you will notice that after sex, like, you're shaking. You have the shakes. Your legs is like, and I'm saying after. I'm not saying he making your legs shake during intimacy. Now, that's perfectly fine. I'm talking about after you guys are done. You're shaking. Your hand is shaking. Your leg is shaking. This is you sleeping with the warlocks and him stealing energy from you, knowing that he's going to give it to another woman. Now, these soul ties that these men do, right? They steal and cipher energy from you through sex, right? And they'll go and give it to some woman that is not even on your level. And then it conflicts her in her mind and in her spirit, because now she thinks that she's you. And now you are thinking that you are her. Because he could be sleeping with someone that is totally, completely opposite of you. Someone that doesn't believe in God, someone that does not speak to God, someone that is promiscuous, you will notice that all of these thoughts are running through your head. Like, this is he could be sleeping with someone that is not clean, does not like to clean. Go ahead, baby. That does not like to clean, that does not like to cook. You'll notice all of a sudden, I ain't interested in cooking, I ain't interested in cleaning, I ain't interested in doing my hair. And then this woman is over here with your energy, trying to juggle it, trying to maintain it, you know, trying to do her hair like yours, trying to do her makeup like yours, trying to present herself like you. These women will actually allow these men to bring them these soul ties and bring them these energies that they know belong to you, and then they will actually try to mimic your energy and stand up in your energy. The whole time, these men, these warlocks, they're sitting back laughing like, look at her, she trying her best to be Kim. They literally know what you're doing, women. I'm just pushing up on you and letting you know. These men know that they're bringing you someone else's energy. They literally sit back and watch you try to clone yourself, reinvent yourself. Now, there's nothing wrong with reinventing yourself, but when you try to reinvent yourself as someone else that your partner is dating, that you know of, and this other woman does not know about you, these men, these warlocks literally sit back and they laugh at you. And they say, look at her, she's trying her best. And you just be trying your best. I remember dating this warlocks, and I was into church. Anytime you wanted to find me, you could find me at church or Bible study. And that was just my thing. Like, that was just my go-to thing, because I was always searching for answers. I was always, because I always had a lot of questions. Like, I am the type of person, I do have a lot of questions, but that's how I learn. And I learn hands-on. Like, no, I don't need you to, you know, I need to be more hands-on with what I do, because it's hard to keep my attention. Only certain people can keep my attention. I've been like that my whole life. So, I remember when he got with this young lady, she was a stripper. She was working off of Backpage at the time. Backpage was popping. You know, she was that's what she was. That was her line of work. She was a stripper, and she worked for Backpage. Now, when he got with her, I did not know that he was going back and forth between the two of us. But when I got a chance, when she was brought to my attention, she was trying to walk in my shoes. I'm more of a introvert. I like being in the house, but I love being out, but I have to be out like where I want to be. Like, you just can't invite me somewhere and I come and stuff like that. Like, I'm not that type of person. But where my mind wants to go, that's where I want to go. That's where I want to be. Like, that's the type of person I am. Like, one time, I'm mixing up stories here, but one time, like, I was literally at the bus stop waiting for my kids to get off the bus, and this guy rode by on a dirt bike, and I literally, like, put my thumb out. I hopped on the back with him, and we, like, rolled the fuck out. Like, he was catwalking that bitch. I was screaming. I was like, ah, ah. But he, like, took me up the block and brought me right back. Like, that's how I am. Like, I'm very spontaneous. But it has to be what I think of, where my mind wants to go, where I want to be. That's how I am. I'm very unpredictable. One minute I'm here, the next I'm gone, the next I'm doing something way like. But you will notice that these women that these warlocks get with, that try to, and it's like they try to have a soul tie with everybody in the bunch, but mostly they want them to suck and drain off of you. And it's like, she immediately started going to church with him. She was I have my days where I do have fully dressed. I dress how I feel. I don't dress how whatever. but I could just tell, like, she was trying to dress like me. She didn't want to be outside no more, and she had told him that too, like, I want to be in the house, I want to stay in the house, you get it for me. And like, that was me. Like, I would always, like, I didn't like the neighborhood that I stayed in, so I would like send him to the store to get everything. Like, I did not want to come outside. So I would send him to get the food. I would send him to get drinks. I would send him to get, you know, my pets and everything. Like, whatever I could do to stay in the house and not be seen by these people, that's what I was doing. And it's like, by him sleeping with me and sleeping with her and exchanging energy, it's like she immediately thought she was me. She didn't want to strip no more. She actually stopped stripping. She actually stopped selling pussy on Backpage. And it's like, yeah, I just want to sit in the house. I just want to be this, you know, this housewife. And yeah. And she started going to church with him. But this is something, I was going to church before I met this man. I was going to Bible study before I met this man. And so that's what happens. It's like they become, it's like they're trying to clone these women into being you through spiritual soul ties. And that's where things get so chaotic and they get so crazy. And I think that, you know, that's where human beings, they turn their common sense off. And they're like, I can do what I want. God gave us free will, you know, which he did. But he also gave us common sense too. Like, why would you think the smart thing to do, young kings, would be to sleep with multiple women? Me personally, I think that a man that sleeps with multiple women struggles with sexuality. It's like they have to, it's like this arousal comes that they want to be with a man, so they try to sleep with as many women as they can to try to suppress and submerge their true sexual desires that they have towards men. It's like they're trying to prove to themselves that they are straight, and so they want to hit as many women as they can. That's my personal opinion, and that's been my personal experience dealing with these men and these warlocks. So I did not want to make this video long, but those are the questions that I have. That's where I'm at in my journey right now. I just feel like if I know that, how can I say this? When given the opportunity, I know that I'm one of those women that I want to be free. Like, I want to be in the wild. I want to be in nature, just free, running around with, like, you know, 2 leaves right here and a leaf skirt, and running around barefoot with my hair out, just roasting a pig on whatever I made, the fire, how I made it. Like, I do know that that is something that I want to experience. And it just, I don't know, you guys, but I know that I also, and I am meant to live, you know, a luxury lifestyle. And that's totally, I love that too as well. I'm very, you know, I love luxury. I do. But it's like, you know, it's 2 sides to everybody. You can either have 2 bad sides, 2 good sides, a lot of, you know, different personalities. And, you know, I would be that girl that's living in, you know, in the woods, and I'll have a tent, but it will be like so fucking bourgeois. Like, I'll have fucking Chanel signs on my fucking door. But that's just where I'm at in my spiritual journey. If you guys can answer these questions, or you feel like, no, we know for sure that you have to have this damn piece of paper to sleep with someone, it is sinful, it is against God, God does not like it. And I know a lot of people say that, but it's like, I haven't read in the Bible where Jesus had a girlfriend or took anybody as his wife. I didn't read where he even took anyone to be his wife. So maybe we're just all meant to be free and, just have a human experience. But what I do know is that having intercourse is a part of human experience. And, God gave us these parts, but he gave them to us to not be foolish and to not be dumb and to not, overdo it. And that's why when you accumulate so many bodies, it can drive a person crazy. Like, I literally seen this guy like pulling at his hair, doing like this, like, and that's a backfire of accumulating so many bodies, sleeping with so many women. They will go crazy. I have also felt myself the spirit of another woman, and I did not like it. And that's the only proof that I had. I was dating a warlock and he was doing that. He was sleeping around, and I told him, I know. And he was like, no, you don't know. I said, yes, I can feel the presence of another woman while we're doing it. Like, I can feel that shit, and it's so annoying. It's so disgusting. It makes the intimacy so trash, so disconnected, and just filthy. And I said, I know. And when I said, yes, I can feel it in my spirit, he just shut the fuck up, and he got that stiff neck, y'all, that I be telling y'all about, and just, started driving. But I just think that's what's disgusting. That's what's filthy. But when I meet a married man that doesn't have the spirit of perversion on them, it's like, I don't know. I've only met one man in my lifetime that did not have the spirit of perversion on them. And I think that is very sad and very disgusting. But to the next video, remember, I do care for you guys. Peace.